What if I told you that there is a simple spice smaller than your fingernail capable of making hot blood flow back to your virility in just 60 seconds? I'm not talking about pills, prescriptions, or tricks. I'm talking about something natural, overlooked, and surprisingly powerful. For many men over 60, this tiny spice has reignited their energy, improved their circulation, and even restored the kind of intimacy they thought they had lost forever. I am Dr. Beal, a physician trained and specialist in nutrology with over 25 years of experience in men's health and a researcher in the Department of Andrology. And what I'm about to share with you is not theory. It's what I use with real patients every day. Here's the strange part. This spice was used by warriors before battles and by men before intimacy for centuries. Yet modern medicine completely ignores it. Now, new science confirms what ancient wisdom has always known. The compound hidden inside this spice can naturally increase blood flow and even outperform synthetic pills without the side effects. In this video, I will guide you through 10 essential truths. Why erections weaken after age 60, what is secretly blocking your circulation, and how just one clove a day can restore hormonal balance, energy, and sleep. I'll give you the exact 60-second method, the best time to take it, and what to expect after 7, 14, and 30 days. Stay with me, because the most important moment, the one that ties it all together, comes at the end. Your health hasn't disappeared. Is just waiting to be awakened again. Let's begin. Before we dive in, make sure to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another natural health tip designed specifically for men over 60. And if you find this video helpful, type clove in the comments. Your feedback helps me create better, more effective content just for you. Now, let's start with a truth most men have never heard. If your erections have declined or feel weaker after 60, it's not your fault. And it's not just aging. In fact, there is a clear and reversible reason this happens. Understanding it is the first step to regaining your strength. I will never forget a man named Roberto who came to my office in Sao Paulo a few years ago. He was 67, retired, and sat quietly before saying, "Doctor, I just don't feel like a man anymore." He wasn't asking for a miracle. He just wanted to feel alive again, present, confident, and connected with his partner. What he didn't know then, what most men don't realize, is that his situation wasn't unique. In fact, it's something I hear from thousands of men. You see, after age 60, the blood vessels that supply your virility begin to harden and narrow. These vessels are incredibly small, about the size of a hair strand, and any inflammation, stress, or poor circulation over the years slowly shuts them down. Erections don't vanish overnight. They fade little by little. And when that happens, your confidence takes a hit. But here's what matters most. This is not permanent. It is not irreversible. And it is certainly not your fault. The body still remembers how to respond. It's just waiting for the right support, the right trigger to open the blood flow again. No pill can permanently restore that natural function, but nature, yes, nature knows how to heal. And one overlooked spice has the exact compound needed to trigger this process naturally within minutes. So the question is, what is this spice? And how does it work so quickly to restore blood flow in men over 60? Let me show you. When I began researching natural remedies for blood flow and intimacy problems in older men, I didn't expect to find something so powerful hidden in something so small. But then I came across clove, a spice I had seen in countless kitchens used during holidays, almost without notice. What caught my attention wasn't just the tradition behind it, but a compound inside it called eugenol. Eugenol is what gives clove its stro. This means it helps blood vessels relax and open up, especially those that have become tight, narrow, and rigid with age. This is exactly the problem we just discussed. The reason erections weaken is because blood can't get where it needs to go. Eugenol helps change that. And the most amazing thing is how fast it works. When you chew whole cloves, the oils begin to be absorbed directly through the soft tissues of your mouth. This means eugenol enters your bloodstream almost instantly. There's no need to wait hours like with pills. In minutes, men report a gentle warmth spreading through the lower body. It's subtle, not overwhelming, but it's real. It's the sign that blood flow is returning. I remember a patient, a 71-year-old man named Carlos from Belo Horizonte, who told me after a week of using cloves, "It's like something woke up inside me." That is the power of eugenol, not only improving blood flow, but restoring the feeling of being fully alive again. Now that you know the secret ingredient, let me show you exactly how to use it, because the way you consume it makes all the difference. When I first recommended cloves to my patients, I quickly learned that how you use them matters just as much as using them at all. One man, Henrique, 73, from Recipe, was sprinkling clove powder into his tea, wondering why nothing was changing. I told him, "It's not just what you take, it's how you activate it." That's when I guided him through the simple 60-second method. And within a week, Henrique called me to say he felt warmth and energy down below, something he hadn't felt in years. So here's exactly how to do it the right way. Start with 2 or 3 whole cloves. Not powder, not oil, just the dried flower bud. Place them between your murs and bite gently until you feel them crack. During the first 30 seconds, do not chew. Just let the oil sit and mix with your saliva. This is when the eugenol begins to be absorbed through the soft tissues of your mouth, entering directly into your bloodstream. Then chew slowly for the next 31 seconds, letting every drop of oil release. You can spit out the remains or swallow them. By then, the active compounds have already started working. And here's the beauty of it. This method takes just 1 minute a day. No pills, no appointments, no waiting rooms. Just a simple ritual you can do in your kitchen that supports blood flow, calmness, and confidence. But when you chew is just as important as how you chew. That's why I want to show you the exact times of day that make this method even more powerful. The moments when your body is naturally ready to absorb and respond. This is where the real transformation begins. Over the years, I've learned that timing is everything, especially when it comes to natural healing. One of my patients, Geraldo, a 69-year-old retiree from Curitiba, was faithfully chewing cloves every day, but he wasn't noticing much change. When I asked him when he was taking them, he said, "Usually right after lunch or before brushing my teeth at night." I smiled and said, "Shall we adjust that?" And once we did, the results came, quickly. Deeper sleep, stronger energy, and more powerful morning erections, all within just 2 weeks. You see, your body responds differently depending on the time of day. The best time I found, for most men, is about 1 hour before bedtime. That's when your nervous system is naturally slowing down, your blood pressure is stabilizing, and your body is preparing for hormonal recovery. Chewing cloves at night helps set the stage for deep, uninterrupted sleep, the exact time when testosterone is produced. It also promotes calm, smooth circulation that supports your reproductive system while you rest. The second best time is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. That's when you can boost your blood flow, clear away that foggy feeling, and enter the day with renewed clarity. Some of my patients even chew before exercise or intimacy to improve performance and priming the engine before turning the key. Remember, this is more than a spice, it's a tool, and when used at the right moment, it becomes something powerful. But timing is only one piece of the puzzle, because if your body is stuck in a state of stress, no amount of circulation can fix what's really draining your strength. Let's talk about that next. I'll be honest with you. When a man tells me his energy is low, his drive is fading, and he just doesn't feel like himself anymore, I don't always look first at testosterone levels. I look at his stress. Because what most men don't realize is that stress is the silent killer of hormones, especially after 60. One man I worked with, Donato from Rio de Janeiro, had nearly perfect lab results, but still felt completely drained. He carried the weight of family worries, financial pressure, and years of unresolved tension, and his body showed it, not in blood tests, but in how he lived. Here's what happens. When your body is under chronic stress, it pumps out cortisol, the fight-or-flight hormone. And cortisol and testosterone are enemies. When cortisol goes up, testosterone always goes down. That's why even a healthy man can feel lethargic, disconnected, or emotionally numb if stress is in control. This is where clove becomes more than just a spice. It contains a powerful compound called beta-araphyline. This natural agent interacts with special receptors in your brain, responsible for calm, balance, and emotional reset. Minutes after chewing cloves, many men report feeling lighter, clearer, and more emotionally steady, not sedated, but secure. And this is what allows testosterone to come back online, because your body can only rebuild when it feels safe enough to stop surviving and start thriving. So if you feel constantly under pressure, this small ritual may be the release valve your system desperately needs. But here's where the true magic happens. When your stress drops and your testosterone rises, something else occurs while you sleep, and it's something most men have no idea is even possible. Let me show you what I mean. Sleep is something most people take for granted until they start losing it. I've sat across from men in their 60s and 70s who say, "I sleep, but I wake up tired," or "I wake up every 2 hours like clockwork." What many don't realize is that poor sleep isn't just about fatigue. It's the foundation of everything, especially hormonal health. One man I treated, Francisco, 68, could barely sleep through the night. But after just a week, using the clove method before bed, he told me, "I am finally dreaming again and waking up with something I haven't felt in years." You see, your body produces most of its testosterone during the deepest stages of sleep. Those silent, uninterrupted hours when your system repairs itself. If you're tossing and turning or waking up often, your body never gets the chance to rebuild. And that has real consequences. Lower testosterone, less motivation, and yes, weaker erections. What makes clove so effective is its ability to gently calm the nervous system while improving blood flow at the same time. The compound eugenol opens the vessels, while beta-araphyline soothes the brain. Together, they create the ideal environment for recovery, not just from the day, but from years of wear and tear. So if sleep has become something you dread instead of something that restores you, this small nightly ritual can change everything. But there's something else that may be sabotaging your erections, and most men never even think to look for it. It doesn't come from your bloodstream, it starts inside your mouth. Most men are shocked when I tell them that one of the biggest threats to their erections may be hiding right behind their smile. It sounds strange, I know, but I have repeatedly seen men struggling with weak blood flow, low energy, and even chronic fatigue, only to discover that the real culprit was inflammation beginning in their gums. I remember a patient, Carlos, 72, who had almost given up on restoring his sex life. Nothing was working, but during a casual conversation, he mentioned that his gums bled every time he brushed his teeth. That's when it all made sense. Your mouth is one of the fastest pathways to your bloodstream. When bacteria from gum disease enter your circulation, they spread silent inflammation throughout your entire body. And those tiny vessels we talked about earlier, the ones responsible for erections, are the first to be affected. It's like trying to pump water through a garden hose filled with mud. The pressure is there, but the flow is blocked. What makes clove so valuable? Here is its natural antiseptic power. Eugenol is a strong antibacterial, compound that targets harmful microbes right at the source, your gums. When you chew whole cloves, the oils penetrate the tissues, cleansing as they go. And it's not just about fresh breath, it's about clean blood. Because when your mouth is healthy, your circulation improves. And when your circulation improves, your virility responds. So, if you've been neglecting your oral health, it might be time to rethink everything. But here's the exciting part. When you start using clove consistently, the changes begin to appear faster than you might imagine. One of the most rewarding parts of my work is hearing how small, consistent changes create real transformations. I remember a man named Thomas, 105 years old, from Salvador, who began the clove method a bit skeptical. He had tried supplements before, pills, powders, nothing seemed to last. But I told him, give this 30 days, just 1 minute a day. Watch what happens. And he did. What followed was a quiet but powerful change, one that reflects what I've seen in countless men. Within the first 7 days, most men begin to feel something subtle, a lightness in the chest, a gentle warmth in the lower body. Sleep becomes a little deeper. Mornings feel a little less sluggish. It's not dramatic, it's foundational. Your body is adjusting. Your blood is moving. By day 14, the changes begin to accelerate. You may notice more mental clarity and emotional stability. Waking up becomes easier. Some men report spontaneous erections or stronger morning erections, something they thought had disappeared forever. Confidence returns not just in the bedroom, but in the way you carry yourself. Around day 30 is when the deepest changes set in. Circulation feels stronger, erections feel firmer and more consistent. You're sleeping better, handling stress more easily, and feeling present in your own body again. You're not chasing youth, you're reclaiming vitality. But here's what makes this even more meaningful. It's not just about what clove does for your body, it's about what it awakens in your spirit. Because when you start to feel strong again, you show up differently in every part of your life. And that brings us to something every man needs to hear. Especially if you've been quietly wondering whether your best years are behind you. If you've come this far, I want to say something from the heart. You are not broken. I've had so many men sit across from me, ashamed, defeated, wondering what happened to the man they used to be. They whisper about how they lost their spark, how they feel invisible, how their strength seems to be slipping through their fingers, and I always tell them the same thing. Decline is not your destiny. You are not finished. You are simply disconnected from your own power. Because here's the truth. Your body remembers. Your mind remembers. Even if it's been years since you felt fully alive, the systems that once gave you energy, your intimacy and drive are still within you. They've only been buried under stress, sleepless nights, and silent inflammation. But these things can be reversed. Not with magic, not with miracles, but with simple, natural tools and the courage to start again. What clove represents is not just a spice, it's a signet. To heal, ready to feel strong, centered, and confident again. The results don't happen overnight, but they are real. And what begins with a small change in circulation can ripple into every part of your life. So don't measure your worth by what you feel right now. Measure it by the man you are becoming. One day, one decision, one clove at a time. Now that you've come this far, you're probably wondering exactly what to do next. Let's put it all together, because your plan for lasting strength starts right here. Here is your next step. Buy a small jar of whole cloves. Keep it somewhere visible where you'll remember it. Every day, take just 2 or 3, crack them gently between your murs, hold, then chew. Just 60 seconds. That's all it takes to start changing the way you feel, sleep, and perform. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Your body has not given up on you. It has been waiting for a signal, And now you found it. 1 minute, 1 clove, 1 decision. Your strength is returning. Welcome back. To enhance the effects of clove even further, consider these complementary strategies. Pair the clove ritual with a spoon of raw honey. Honey contains boron, a mineral linked to testosterone production, and it also helps balance blood sugar, another crucial factor for hormonal health. Add a light 10-minute walk after chewing your morning clove. Physical movement expands the circulation that eugenol just triggered, allowing the benefits to reach every cell of your body more quickly. Practice deep breathing while chewing. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, and exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. This breathing technique activates the parasympathetic system, allowing your body to absorb and utilize the active compounds more effectively. Remember to choose high-quality cloves. Organic cloves are best whenever possible as they contain higher levels of essential oils. They should have a strong, intense aroma. If the smell is faint, they've likely lost some of their potency. Store your cloves in an airtight container away from direct light and heat. This preserves the active compounds longer. If possible, buy fresh whole cloves regularly instead of keeping a large supply for many months. For men already taking blood pressure or circulation medications, it's important to note that clove may amplify these effects. Always consult your doctor before starting this protocol, especially if you're on anticoagulants or hypertension medication. Cloves have been used in traditional Brazilian medicine for generations. Healers in the countryside of Minas and the Amazon region have long recognized their power to restore male vitality. This wisdom passed down through generations is now being validated by the latest medical research from USP and UNIFESP. What impresses me most about this method is its simplicity. In a world of complex and expensive solutions, something so small and accessible can make such a profound difference. It's a reminder that nature has already provided many of the answers we seek. Many of my patients ask if they should continue using cloves once they start to feel results. My answer is always the same. Think of clove not as a temporary treatment, but as a lifelong practice. Just as you brush your teeth daily to maintain oral health, the clove ritual can become a way to maintain your circulation and vitality at any age. Start today. Don't wait for the perfect appointment, the perfect product, or the perfect moment. Your body is ready to heal. Now, your journey back to strength and confidence begins with this one simple step. I often tell my patients the male body has an incredible capacity for regeneration, no matter the age. I've seen men at 75, 80, even 85 recover, sensations and function, as they thought were lost forever. The secret lies in consistency, in trust, in the process, and in the willingness to give your body the tools it needs. If this video was helpful to you, subscribe here to the Healing Journey channel. Turn on the notification bell to receive the next videos. Leave your like and write the word clove in the comments to receive our complete guide with the detailed protocol and more secrets to amplify your results. In the next video, I'll reveal the 3 Brazilian foods that, when combined with the clove method, amplify results by up to 300%. These are ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen, but never imagined could transform your intimate health so deeply. I'm Doctor, and I'll see you in the next video of The Healing Journey.